Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to the video. This is the paid request this time for Andrew. Thank you so much for that, and for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It could be for pretty much any type of videos. And this is for the 1981 film War, which has been considered the most dangerous movie in history. I would call it mesmerizing in its stupidity. As in the stupidity of this family, the director, the wife, the kids, everybody. I call an idiot. And it is mesmerizing to watch because of that. Now, if you don't know what this is, apparently it was technically filmed from 1976 to 1981. Kind of came out in 1981, but not really in North America. It was more worldwide. So, had a $17 million budget, which is insane for how money was back then, and only made $2 million worldwide. You had the director and the star, Noel Marshall. His wife, who's in the film, is Tippi Hedren. Yes, the same lady that starred in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. And then they had one daughter, Melanie Griffith, who would go on to be in Pacific Heights with Michael Keaton, many other movies, Working Girl with Harrison Ford and Sigourney Weaver. And then I believe Tippi and Noel had, I want to say 2 sons or 3 sons. I can't remember. I think it was 2 sons. Yeah, because everything was 3 kids, a daughter and 2 sons. So apparently, Tippi Hedren and Noel Marshall, they're very much into the sanctuary of animals, and they have a place where there was all these big cats, and so they said, let's make a movie and let's get even more of these big cats. So the film is supposed to take place in Tanzania, where they have a lot of untrained animals, and there's lions and tigers and jaguars, even elephants, all these wild animals. And as a movie, it's not really much of a movie. I mean, as a movie, it's Noel Marshall as Hank, who has this sanctuary, and he's got the mean lion Todar, and there's the nice leader lion Robbie. He's got like 50, 60 of these fucking lions and tigers and shit around. His family's supposed to be arriving, but then these other people arrived before and got fucked up by tigers. So Hank and his buddy have to go try to get this situated. So while they're away, the family arrives, and a lot of the film is kind of them just trying to survive, but at the same time, it's like trying to play it off as like a comedy. Even the fucking poster calls that ferocious comedy. I'm like, where the fuck is the comedy? There's nothing funny about this. Because during the making of this film, I had to write this down. The cinematographer, Jan de Bont, the guy who would go on to direct Speed, Twister, he was scalped by a lion and had 220 sutures. The assistant director, his throat and jaw was bit. His ear almost got fucking pulled off. So I guess that the Mike Tyson lion. The star, the director, Noel Marshall, he got bit through the hand, got gangrene and blood poisoning. He's been around 11 times, including having 8 leg puncture wounds. Tippi Hedren of The Birds, a lion scraped her skull, an elephant fractured her ankle, which I think is in the film where there's a bit where the family's trying to escape on a boat and an elephant destroys the boat and then also picks her up from the ankle with its trunk, and that ankle got fractured. A cougar bit her chest. Melanie Griffith was attacked in the face, had to have 50 sutures, almost lost an eye, had to have facial reconstruction surgery, over 70 people, maybe close to 100 people, got bit or hurt by these lions or tigers. And someone called it the snuff version of the Swiss Family Robinson. You see this movie and again, mesmerized by the stupidity. It's on YouTube for free. YouTube watch it just I had heard of this film, and I think actually I've seen this film before, so I knew I was doing myself. I've seen this film before, and even years and years ago, when I would hang out with Mike and Effrey, my two buds here on YouTube. Mike's on YouTube. Effrey I talked to on email. He used to be on YouTube, but he'll join me on streams when sometimes we do streams together. Same with Mike. But back to the day, we would do these Skype sessions and talk about like movie flops and what were the biggest bombs. This is one of them, and just the backstory is insane. And you just say the backstory is more interesting than the movie, but the movie, like I said, the star of the film, the director of the film, Noel, which apparently him and Tippi Hedren, the two of them got divorced like a year after, in '82. I fucking wonder why. I don't know why the fuck this family thought this was a good idea. I don't know why they thought it was a smart idea. I don't know why there's that point they said, fuck it, this ain't worth it. And then it didn't even work out for them because apparently the movie was to be made to try to get some money to create better sanctuaries for these big animals and big cats, and it didn't make any fucking money. In fact, you lost money. You could have taken that $17 million budget, however the fuck you got it, and just put it into the sanctuary. It didn't do anything. The fact that you went through all this for nothing, except once in a while someone like me on YouTube makes fun of you or goes, what the fuck were you guys thinking? Because you're watching the story, because it's barely a story, and let's say there's tigers, there's lions, there's all the bigger cats. The guy, Marshall, your star, your director, your husband, the Tippi Hedren, your father, the Melanie Griffith, or stepfather, it might have been the stepfather. He's talking about how these are the nicest cats, these are the nicest cats, but then he gets fucking tackled, and you see this on screen, because it's like the cats are ad-libbing. They don't have a fucking script, and they're not trained, so they're fucking ad-libbing. So the star's talking, and then he gets tackled by a fucking lion, and everything's fine, everything's fine. But they're the nicest cats. And then, also, he's telling his buddy the nicest cats while these two lions are ready to fucking kill each other, but they're the nicest cats. Or there's a bit where the cats are more fighting lions or such, and he's trying to stop it. He's like pushing to the fucking water. Doesn't really sell the idea of your big cats being friendly. And that's what I mean is, what was the point of this film that it was trying to make? It was trying to say that these cats are friendly. And then you see all the crazy, horrific... This is more like it's a horror movie that doesn't realize it's a horror movie. It's a horror movie that thinks it's a family-friendly comedy. Look at the cute cats. Oh, this cat's biting me. It's grabbing my hair and pulling it back. When these other people arrive early on, and these fucking tigers get into the boat, and like this, a lot of the shit didn't look like it was planned. It was just filmed as it happened. And it didn't seem like the plan for these tigers to go into this boat, and they go into the boat, and its weight sinks the fucking boat, and then starts attacking people, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, these people are getting attacked. Holy fuck. And this guy, Marshall, he is such a fucking idiot. Noel Marshall, you're a moron. You know who you are? You're that guy in Grizzly Man. You're just lucky you didn't get your ass eaten like he did. And Grizzly Man is a very fascinating documentary about the guy that studied the bears. And this is the thing. Throughout these years, any time it was going to turn to the ending of Grizzly Man. Well, not the ending because you don't see it happen. Obviously, it's you hear that him and his girlfriend got eaten, and the director hears because his death was recorded audio-wise, and he tells a friend of the guy, Timothy Treadwell. I think that was the guy's name, the Grizzly Man. I know it's Timothy. I want to say it was Treadwell. I did a very fascinating Grizzly Man. I recommend that to anybody. Any minute now, this was going to happen. You're fucking lucky it didn't happen, Marshall and Tippi Hedren. Especially with your fucking kids involved. And apparently, like Melanie Griffith apparently still has a pet lion. Not from this movie, but she's still into that stuff. I'm like, any day now, you're going to get your fucking head bitten off because they're not going to give a shit. Like, there's a bit where Marshall's like, a cub is like biting his hand. Oh, you see my hand? My hand hurts. My hand hurts. I'm like, he don't give a fucking shit. That cub named Gary just wants the meat and blood because you're fucking bleeding because you had another lion bite your hand. It don't give a fuck what you're saying. It doesn't understand English or Spanish or French or even Italian. They understand blood and meat, and I'm going to bite your face off, and I love blood, and I'm going to lick it. That's what it understands. Just a bunch of fucking idiots. But you watch it going, this is... there are moments where the guy enters the room, and there's like 14 fucking lions right there in these wide shots, like all around him and getting on top of him, and there's lions here, tigers there, jaguars there, everywhere, and Jesus Christ, only by stupidity could this film have been made. Stupidity. So then Marshall, playing the character Hank, and his buddy gets on another boat to get to somewhere, and these two... No, not on a boat. On a truck, actually. They get into a vehicle, and these two tigers jump in to ride along to a point... I don't even know if that was fucking planned. They just... Oh, yeah, just let them do what the fuck they want. So the family arrives. They don't know where the dad is. And then, did this family not know where they were getting themselves into? I mean, I guess they said, well, that's not Dad's lions, but like, maybe the guy should have explained a bit more what you were getting yourself the fuck into. And they open like a window, and there's tons of lions eating up a zebra. And they bring fucking zebra parts in their mouths into the fucking place. It pretty much is them trying to survive, but the music is acting as if this is a comedy. And that's what I mean by the tone of this film is so off the mark and so weird. Again, you're watching a horror film, but it makes it think it's a comedy. Oh, these lions... But it's so crazy that one of our characters hides in an icebox, or one of them hides in a locker. Isn't that cute and crazy? I'm like, no, that's terrifying. What the fuck? You're gonna die. You'll fucking die. Which reminds me, it kind of... ironic how the family are trying to help each other, and one guy tells his brother, "What kind of jerk would hide himself in an icebox?" I'm thinking, dude, you yourself hid in a fucking locker. They got toppled down and Tippi Hedren had to ditch you out. You have no room to speak. And like I said, they tried to get on a boat, but the elephant destroys the boat and lifts Tippi Hedren, fractures her fucking ankle. Meanwhile, Marshall and his buddy, the Tigers are on the fucking... They're driving high speed with these two fucking Tigers right behind them. It'll cut back to them, and then it'll cut back to the family. And the family's just in this one area just trying to fucking survive, it seems. There's a bit where one of the sons gets on a motorcycle, and he's being chased by fucking tigers, and these tigers are like on his ass. And even this elephant is running full force towards him. This is a bit with a lion, I forget if it was a lion or tiger, grabbing Melanie Griffith's hair and pulling her back like this. That seemed like it was... Most of his films seemed like it was not intentional. They just filmed what happened. And you can't tell a tiger or a lion, grab her hair and pull her hair back. No. And the mom... These are shitty parents. I'll say it. Tippi Hedren, shitty mom, and this guy was a shitty dad or stepdad. Because if you have one of your kids, and this fucking animal is pulling her hair back, and it gets to the point where her fucking face is scraped. Thankfully, we don't see that in the movie. And facial reconstruction, the movie's over. There ain't no more goddamn movie. But you tipped at it, and more of these people got hurt. The first time that would have happened, I'd be like, fuck this. Goodbye. I'd rather dig a ditch for a living. Fuck this shit. I'd rather go work for Uwe Boll. Well, he wasn't around this time. I'd go work for the circus. Well... I'll shovel dog shit, elephant shit, whatever shit at the circus. I'll make the popcorn at the circus. Fuck this shit. Ain't dying and getting my face scraped or getting scalped for your sorry asses because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like I said, and the whole time this is going on, the music is playful. Like it's a comedy. So it comes to a point where they get to an area of the family and they sleep. And as they're sleeping, these other animals come in and sleep with them. And now they're 100% fine with these animals. Mom, if they wanted to eat us, they would have done it when we were sleeping. And now they're 100% fine. They're 100% fine. No issues. Meanwhile, there's these two assholes hunting some animals. Togar kills them. Togar's like the mean lion. I'm like, all these animals seem to be fucking mean. What are you talking about? That's the mean ones. He's like, everybody else has been fucking mean, but that's the only one that you see kill two of these hunters, and Robbie, I guess the leader, the lion team, fights Togar and tells them to calm the fuck down and leave. The guy and the buddy get back. They reunite with the family. I'd be like, hey, we're getting divorced. Which happened in real life. Should have happened in the movie. But it's kind of funny how quickly the family just turn a 180 and go, oh yeah, it's fine. This is all fine. This is all perfectly fine. I'm like, no, you almost died 85 times. Like I said, just the background behind this movie. I cannot believe that there has not been a documentary filmed about this. That's perplexing to me that there has not been a documentary made about the making of this film. Just mesmerized by the stupidity. And the kids, Melanie Griffith and them, maybe they got brainwashed by their parents or step parents. You know, their mom, Tippi Hedren, and that this was normal, that this was something that you could do and be fine with. Maybe they got brainwashed. If so, I feel sorry for them kids. But in this, they weren't little kids. Like, they were teenagers. They're probably, I don't know, 20s or 18 or something like that. But the fact that you're like, Tippi Hedren, like, your kids and other people getting hurt and you're not putting a stop to this, how does this showcase that cats and lions and tigers are great, friendly, nice animals when so much of it is them trying to attack people or getting in fights themselves, or people getting injured, people getting knocked around in lockers, people getting their hair pulled back, being chased around? How does this showcase your cause? It would make people afraid of these animals and say, fuck that, I'm not getting near them, fuck them. It just... And then at the end of the day, all this hardship and trouble, what did it get you? The film wasn't even shown much in North America. It was a complete utter bomb. It didn't even have a VHS or DVD for the longest fucking time. Well, I don't know if it had VHS. I don't remember seeing... I don't remember seeing one. There wasn't a DVD. Was for a long fucking time until it was the Alamo Drafthouse had a re-release limited, and I think they released a Blu-ray or something of it, DVD Blu. So that's how people are able to see it now, at better good picture quality. And I think Tippi Hedren wrote a book on it. It just, like I said, it's dumbfounding that they thought this was a good fucking idea. It makes for an interesting watch. Watch the horror show. It just... This was a really stupid family. A really stupid family. And I'm sorry, I'm not sugarcoating on it, because for all rights and purposes, you were this close to being the Grizzly Man. Again, that story, where he got closer and closer to the bears, and then him and his girlfriend got eaten one day. That could have happened on this. You guys are fucking around, and then some lions and tigers say, fuck this, I ain't doing it anymore. And they attack you, and they bite this and bite that, and eat this and eat that, and you're done. Could have easily happened. Especially untrained ones. Even trained ones, you don't fuck around. Even trained ones. Look what happened to Siegfried and Roy. Siegfried and Roy. One of them got fucking attacked and fucked up by one of their white tigers. And that was, a lot more experience and time. If it happened to them, it could have easily happened to you. Any of you people. And you put your children at risk. Your family at risk. 2 days into it, I'd be like, you know what, this is... These animals are just doing whatever the fuck they can. This is a complete dangerous situation. I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't know how anybody on the crew would have stayed. Apparently some didn't. Understandably so. Apparently some did leave. Good. But yeah, not a lot of common sense. But a lot of injuries. And like I said, it's worth a watch just to... I mean, Jackass, the movies, the TV show, they had more. They seem to have more sense than this. Anyway, as a movie, there's nothing to the characters. There's really no development. There's barely a story. Like I said, the tone is inconsistent. You have these scary, intense sequences, but the tone of the music is playful and comedic. They're being rushed around and chased and seemingly attacked throughout the entire film, but they do a quick 180. You try to show these are nice cats, but then 10 seconds later they're trying to kill each other, or they're pushing you into the water, or they're biting your hand. It's just the content of just how unsupervised it seemed everything was is the reason to watch it. Just to sit there and go, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? The most dangerous movie ever filmed? Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll see you later. Bye bye.